Sahana, welcome to Second Innings DIY session.
Yeah, hi Manjula.
Good. So we are on live and we are going to connect with our community members. As I just said, team will take some time to settle down. So we will just some time and then we will start our discussion.
Sure.
Right? Okay, fine. So meanwhile, we will also just give the intimation to them we are on.
Okay.
Okay. Hi members, feel free to just connect. We are on and it takes some time, we understand, because of your internet slow and other challenges. So stay tuned and we will be waiting to start our session with you soon. Just log in. So your story is going to be the inspiration story, and then we are also going to explore more about inside the technical career as well as the outside the technical career about Sahana with you. So I'm excited to do that.
Yeah.
So let's move forward. So people are just joining, right? So I'm able to see people are just joining about that. And so viewers, thanks for joining. And we would be connecting to Sahana, where she has just passed out as an engineer and then worked out all through her career and then took a break of 8 years and then come back. So this is, I'm excited to bring the inspiring story through Sahana to all of you. And I'm sure we will have today a learning saying that break is just not the end for us. A break is just the beginning for us to explore the new synergy, what we can create in our life, and where do we just go and see our destiny in a different ways. That's what we are just going to explore through Sahana. So thanks for joining, and thanks Sahana once again for being with us. It's a pride and proud moment for us when our women community comes back and says that I'm happy to share my experience with our community. So that's all we are looking forward to just hear. And thanks for taking the honor to just share your story with us.
Yeah. So
good.
Thank you, Manjula, for giving me an opportunity to express myself and my experiences with the community.
Yes.
So can I go ahead?
Please go ahead, share about little about yourself, and then we'll start off with that, Sahana. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So let me introduce myself. I'm an electronics and communication engineer with passed out, and I had a very bumpy career start. Being selected in the campus interview and not absorbed because of the organization decisions, but I never gave up my confidence level to get into the industry and the field in which I had studied. So I started my career in upgrading, and at the same time starting my career into a smaller company, not thinking about the finances and anything. So I started my career with smaller companies and went through for 2 to 3 years, and I learned having confidence in myself and to go wherever I can. Like I continued my journey, and after which, I started working as a tester in a small company. Although I had passion for and being into the electronic industry. So, but it was not my, I never lost my heart that I didn't get into the field of what I wanted to, but I continued my journey. So then the date came for my wedding. So I got married and I continued my journey into bigger companies. So where I really got my strengths, or rather to prove myself, my strengths in a bigger company in automation field, where I had a chance for coding and proving my abilities. So then actually, as everyone wishes to go abroad and be with the family, so I wanted to spend my family time too. So where we as a family took a decision to move back to relocate to US. And there I ended up, because of work permit related issues and personal reasons, I could not join into the same field. But at the same time, I never gave up my strengths in not only into career, but also being a musician. I started teaching music for all the kids there, while I was looking for my career to grow, where the industry was not as I expected. But my journey continued, teaching and even myself learning music, so that I can be in any of the something service to society in one or the other form. uh, may not be into the IT industry. So I wanted to venture myself into music and art field. So then again the things moved, in other ways, where we had to move back to India, where for personal reasons I continued my journey into teaching in some of the schools for charity, and also ventured out my career into art field, being working with Pogo and Mad, and being an artist. And I took care of training sessions for almost 20 teachers in the clusters, where I taught most of the teachers to be artistic and teach the kids at the same time. So like that, I had my 8 years of break, I would say, for IT, but not, it was only for IT. So then
Otherwise, you are on all that through life during the 8 years, engaged with your music and the art and other, spending time with the NGOs, etc. Right?
exactly, yeah.
Exactly. Right. So this is where I really found it's inspiring for us, because you know that you wanted to be a part of IT organization and build your career on embedded side. That's where you were just doing your ECE and then wanted to be part of it, but it never took off. Right.
Yeah,
And in
yeah,
spite of that, the persuasion and saying that yes, it's okay, I'll continue my journey and I will work it out. And during for every woman, this is the typical story what you have said, right? We all come up with
exactly.
the college and then get married and get into the, most of us get into the US because husband goes over there and
Yeah,
spend your time, and you have to come back also because of XYZ reason, right?
yeah,
And the break continues because of the marriage, because of the kid, and then kids need some support, the life
yeah,
continues. But the thought what you had is something which we wanted to bring it to our community. Never give up, and we will work on it.
exactly. Yeah,
Right? So that is the
yeah,
one thing I felt, as a community we need to learn and then get it inspired and move on that direction. And you were also excelling on your music and your arts. It's just not the IT career. But tell us something. You also had a I don't want to call it as a transformation, but then there is a inspiration thought saying that you wanted to come back to IT as well after 8 years. So how was that shift happen? Tell us something about that.
yeah. So while I was into all these fields without realizing myself whether which is my career and a hobby, so the realization time came for me, saying that my career would be into IT industry. It cannot be, my hobbies cannot be career for me, at least as of now. So that decision and that thought came to me as a clear picture, where I wanted to move back myself into the field of IT, where even my better half actually supported me, saying that you can really code after 8 years if you upgrade yourself. So that was a huge support for me to venture back into the IT industry, not only like financially, anything morally. Basically, moral support is more needed. So that way, he was with me all the time. So I ventured back into the IT industry, upgrading myself into the automation field with the new technology. So I took up a lot of courses to upgrade myself, and at the same time I started freelancing for a small company, where I could brush up my skills and prove my skills and have my confidence levels up, and to be in the industry after 8 years of a gap. So that boosted my confidence levels to prove myself that I can be good in any technology. And when you have confidence in yourself into whatever technology you are getting into, so just the process and networking with the people and getting your things and learning from others is a huge thing, which actually brings up the career into the limelight. And technology anybody can upgrade, but being with the people and adapting to the industry and proving yourself to be the one for the project matters. It's a big time. So that way, I got a break from HSI as an organization, so where I'm proving myself very greatly with CISCO. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's more than that. I would say that it is your passion and the commitment, right? Never give up. The opportunity can be created as long as you're committed. For example, when you decide to go back, you just upgraded yourself, started learning, code yourself, right? It took a good investment of your time to be on that and fail and get up, fail and get up. It's just not going to be the moment you start coding. It's all from the day one. It's a successful story.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I would say more than the HSI, it's your commitment, because HSI is a platform. We are here to help every woman. Honestly, that's what our dream is all about. But when we see the women with the commitment and they wanted to just grow in the career, it becomes a easy journey for us to just make that happen. That's what exactly you did it.
Yeah,
Right?
sure. Yeah.
Good, good, Sahana. So this is where we just thought we will bring that limelight to our community member. 8 years break is not that long break. Still, you can do it, and you are one of the living example. I think many of our community member would have watched our FB live with Renu as well, who have just got into Walmart after 8 years of break. So people always think that getting into technical after 2 to 3 years it's difficult. Honestly, no. It is easy, provided you have a commitment and passion to come back. So with that, Sahana, we have also opened the question to our community members, and they've just asked the question. I'm just going to pose that question. All those questions is going to be surprising question, which you are just going to get it now. And let's just answer together. How do we just go about it? So let's just read the questions for you.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the question from our community member Annie, right? How did you bridge the gap in terms of new skills, newer technologies, shifts in business process towards automation, digitization for the 8 years when you were on the career break? And one second, yeah, and compete with the experienced lateral during your comeback. How much? Okay, so maybe we'll just answer that, and then she also would like to know about how much time you have just took to come back. Tips, please. Go ahead, Sahana.
Yeah, so my answer would be like, once you have decided to go into the industry and finalizing the technology you want to be, so you can choose the right technology which suits your previous experience and where you can really feel yourself comfortable with, and take up so many courses which are available in the market, and accordingly maybe in a span of 3 to 6 months you can upgrade yourself, and keep motivating yourself and keep excelling, having your own goals set, and expecting and try to attend as many interviews as possible as you want to be, so that gives you a lot of confidence levels and what the industry is expecting for you, and accordingly you can prepare yourself according to the industry, and don't ever hesitate to attend any interviews after you prepare yourself, and just go on shooting for that, and you will know what are the skills required. Like that, you can always come back. Yeah.
Awesome. Right. So one of the thought along with this, Sahana, taking up, in fact, we have, if people are just literally gone out of the career path and they wanted to do, there is programs like boot camps will just give you the fundamentals. And as you rightly said, it is a paid program, unpaid program, absolutely depends on your commitment and the convenience. It's nothing that nowadays, most of the courses are online, it's free. But you need to have secure commitment and then do that. And so to gain your knowledge part of it. And we do have an assessment platform. So another question was, people always will ask, I don't get the interview, what should I do? So probably we will remove the question mark from your side. Are you really good in the knowledge part of it? Then in spite of the knowledge part, you are not being called, then it is a skill is a challenge, right? The corporate still looking for along with the skill as well. So if it is a knowledge is coming as a question mark, pick up the assessment. Again, we have created a small assessments for our community members. All we are just telling our community members, be comfortable with an average one. I'm not even going to tell you be 80, 90, 100, nothing like that. Above 50, you're good to go. You're good to go and interview, right? But at least above average, let's be confident to handle the work so that we are comfortable on taking up any startup work and then able to start picking up from there. So thanks, Sahana. Let's just move on to our next question.
Yeah.
So this is from Aparna, where we are just getting the query. What kind of support do you get from HSI team and CISCO team during the returnship? So that's another good question. I'm looking forward for your answer, Sahana. Help us.
So this is a very nice question, and obviously every woman who has come back or who is coming back will have this question on the back of her mind. So with CISCO and HSI, we have been given a lot of room to upgrade ourselves and prove ourselves for a span of 6 months. Why they say it as a returnship or an externship for a period of 6 months is they don't want to assess ourselves within a span of like 1 or 3 months. So it is never going to happen. So once you have a break, and HSI and CISCO, they both are giving enough room to learn ourselves and prove ourselves in the stream where we are put into, and they are assessing based on a span of very long, like 6 months tenure, which is a great, great thing for any woman who has come back after a break. So this is a big thing, I would say, how HSI and CISCO is doing. And apart from that, we get a lot of motivational things from both HSI and CISCO saying that we are doing great, and this is what they are expecting, having the clear-cut goals and not pressurizing too much, in the sense, obviously we have certain things to meet in our own pace, and this is what, both of them are helping us a lot. Yeah.
Thanks, Sahana. So just to give you the other perspective, in fact, more than us, I would like to say thanks to CISCO for getting this platform for our members. And as Sahana rightly said, they just wanted to take your own pace. A 6 months period is to check how are you coping up with your family, how are you just able to deliver, and you are able to just commit yourself to just do that. So this becomes a platform for you to try and then figure it out. How do you just take it? That's the one thing. And the second thing, it never the story with CISCO saying that you have to be with us. I'm just giving you the platform to try it out, and then after that I want you to just kickstart the journey. That's where we come together to just help the community members to do that. And a couple of updates from our end. People who have just from CISCO have just moved to HCL, UST Global, and then Tech Mahindra, Infosys, all these people, because this platform becomes literally a kickstart for them to gain the confidence and move into the full-time career. So thanks for asking the question. This was a really nice question for asking that. So the next one comes from Vinita. How to change path from technical to management without hands-on experience? Okay. Sahana, just go ahead. In case if you need a help, I will help you.
Yeah, probably I think you could be a better help in that regard. So whatever I know, I can just let you know. So if you are really looking out to move into the managerial side, and if you have the ability to do that, and if we find yourself fit into that, so take up so many courses and management programs run by different institutions and get a know-how of how this thing works to start up with, and you can network with many people who actually would be in the managerial side, and you would get lot of tips to come back. And probably I think Manjula can be a better person to answer that after doing some courses on management, how to move about. Probably Manjula can answer that. Yeah, better person.
Sure. Thanks, Sahana. So so probably I'll give you two perspectives for that. Typically, the corporate is just getting aligned now to bring more and more women, right from the entry level to the senior management. It's a good plus of that. But when they are picking up the women, always remember people also wanted to see your past experience and pick it up. So that's always the prerequisite for us. So that's the one thing which is, if it is a corporate career to join back, you need to have the experience. So now the question, if I don't have experience, can I not get into that? The answer is no. Still, you would be able to make it. So that's a precise plan what you need to do about it. Find out the courses and join any startup, NGO or institute, anything to gain your experience. So this is all you have to just take it is investing yourself to build your credential for your career. So for that, is it a 6 months, 1 year? We don't know. If you ask me what's the time for me it will take, I can at least be able to tell because I know the path and I have just have the clear plan of action. I know my past history as well, would be able to tell that. If I have to tell you for that, probably you have to pick up the career counseling with us and pilot assignments. So when we just pick up the pilot assignments, will just give us an indication how committed you are. So every assignment, whether it is a paid or unpaid, take it for granted, you are going to be 100% committed or more than 100% committed. The reason behind is you are investing yourself to prove yourself, to build yourself, to get back. So every assignment, we are going to get it through her second innings. We need your 100% commitment. That's where we were able to bring Sahana to you in front of you today. Where we have just given that, and in fact, the entire CISCO team have just created more than 100% commitment, where they have just take it up as a assignment and go back and then get it done. So I hope that helps. So they're taking the couple of courses and connecting with a startup community or institutes to gain the experience is the way to build your credential, which will lead you to get back to the corporate path of it. Hope this answers. So let's move on to the next one. Yeah. So again, this is for you, Sahana. Pooja is just requesting this query. What were the interview rounds held in CISCO? And how many years of past experience is mandatory? Go ahead, whatever you can help, and then I will pick it up, Sahana. Go ahead.
So CISCO has basic rounds of interview to assess ourselves, like how confident we are and how technically we know. And there is no mandatory thing to say that, you have, probably 3 to 4 years would be a right time, or 2 years of into the industry according to the requirement would be a better thing. Probably it is not for freshers, obviously. So the good experience of 2+ or 3+ is a good experience period, and it's not just that experience, how good you are in technical things and what you did in your previous experience and how confident you are in improving into the technology matters. So this is a basic criteria what any company, especially CISCO, would look into it. Yeah.
So thanks, Sahana. So just to add a couple of pointers for Sahana, this is a returnship program. So people are having a break more than a minimum of a 1.5, 2+ years is what we need, because so 2+ years is where women are finding it difficult to come back. So that's a one criteria. We have just said that. And experience 3-4 years where they just work, so it's become easy for them to just get back. So any kind of experience with 2+ years of break depends on the requirement where we are able to find in a different projects in CISCO, we are enabling. And on top of it, when we are just bringing you over there, we will also ensure you have been upgraded with a little bit of a technical and personality knowledge, and what kind of an interview, what kind of a projects you are just going to get into that. So you know that what you're going to work on and what is that a level of commitment is required, and then what's your next plan of action to move forward. So all this would be given to you before you just get into the interview part of it. So the next one comes from John, and how easy is it to get last round salary when beginning with the second innings for HR professional? And do women need to compromise on salary drawn if she wishes to start off again? Are there any organization who support HR professionals who wish to come back after a career break? Okay. So, Sahana, I'll pick up this question. Being it's from HR background, I'll just do that. Okay. Fine. So, answer is last grant salary depends on which corporate and where you are going to get hired. So typically every organization, when they are wanted to give a opportunity for the returnship professional, if they are the typical corporate where they have a budget and other thing, probably they will again start with the stipend part of it. That's a typical way, because the returnship stipend will just enable them as a commitment from both the end. It becomes a platform, so they'll just give little flexi work or kind of an opportunity to try how comfortable you are and making sure you are ready to get back. So typically one of the way is corporates, or many of the corporates will just start with a stipend, and after 6 months or 8 months up to 12 months, whatever they wanted to try with you, so 3 to 12 months as a window period, they will try, and in case if they like and you also like, they will bring you back to the career stream like a regular employee, with the matching with the industry standard salary at that point of time for that position. So that's the first part of it. All right. And second part of it is there women are able to come back? Is there organization who supports HR professionals who wish to come back after a career break? So we are closely working with most of the IT and little bit of a BFSA clients on the technology platform. So HR bringing them to the mid and the senior, we started. In fact, we are working with a bigger corporate client for a HR transformation role to bring the women back to work. So in that position, we are bringing at par with the current drawn salary and then making them to ensure they are coming back to the real current standard part of it. But the opportunity wise to make that as a bigger number, it's not happening. So the way I see is, again, take an example of Sahana. So 8 years break, it's just not a break. I'm just continuing my journey. So if you are good in the HR recruiter, start your recruiter freelancer, or even before even getting into the freelancer, you wanted to gain the confidence, go on 6 months, work for somebody without thinking about your salary. Think that you are doing a honorary work for some startup. The reason behind that is for a selfish reason for you to say that, okay, I wanted to come back and put my credential back where people have to come back and call me. I think that's a one lesson we keep giving to our community member. Instead of you going back and then asking for, I would like to join, it has to be other way around, where we wanted you to come and join us. It's a different ball game altogether, and can we make that happen? Absolutely, we can make that happen. So in our community, there are HR professionals who are either from the industry where they worked and then wanted to gain that kind of experience. They are with us, or even somebody feels that I'm a technical person. I think I'm no longer interested in doing my coding. I wanted to take a different stream of work. How should I come back? So they're all working with us to gain that experience and then start showcasing the skill part of it. So once we see the confidence, we would be able to connect one or two clients of us saying that, give us a platform. So this is the journey. It just works. If you are committed to build your career with 6 months to 12 months of investment time, and we would be the great platform to help you out. So that helps, I guess, the query. Let's move on to the next one, Sahana. This is from Pali. I have 4+ years of gap in my career, And before that, I was working as a configuration management engineer in NSN in telecom, core telecom company. Now I wanted to switch myself to a better technology in big data, Hadoop. There is one more reason behind this is that I have night shifts and long working hours in previous job. But the problem is that anywhere I apply for a job, they ask for experience from where I will bring experience. Do I have taken a wrong decision? What should I do now? Okay, it's a little long question, but let's just make it crisp for you, Sahana.
Yeah.
Paya is just having a 4+ years of experience in the career break, and she was working as a configuration management engineer in a core telecom company. And being it was a night shift, she wanted to come back to the some other professional job where she can just get into the new career. So what should she do? So do you have any input? Or after that, I will also add my 2 cents.
So, okay. So, as per I know, yeah, because you have 4+ years of experience in as a configuration management engineer. So, if you are confident of that, I would recommend you to continue with this applying for the same career. If you still want to pursue that, that would be a first option. So, but as you are saying that you want to shift into a new technology as big data and Hadoop, better you come up with take up with some courses as many of the institutions and so many of them are offering, and get trained in that. And once you have a certification of that, without which you can't show the experience, I'm sure that once you have the knowledge of it and you are able to show the implementation part of it, I'm sure keep trying and you can get a better opportunity in the same field, because it's a happening field. And I'm sure once you are confident on the knowledge wise, and once you are through with the courses and many engagements, so try engaging yourself into smaller institutions, smaller companies rather, as Manjula said, obviously, to get trained yourself and then look out for some big venture. So this is my input, Manjula.
Super. So thanks, Sahana. So this is the precise thing. So for first thing, my sense would be we are hiring people in the returnship mode for Infosys on the cloud and security platform. So feel free to just apply. I think Samya would have just given the details, or even we can just share the details here once again. Go through your opportunity and we will see something we can create a returnship for you in the existing career part of it, number one. And number two, if you are deciding to just get into the new technology like new trends like big data, Hadoop, etc., again, there is a knowledge you need to build. Once you build the knowledge, then you need to build your skill, and then you're going to get back to the work. This is a 3-step process we are talking about. And feel free to connect with us anytime, any help, wherever you can just see the synergy. We can push you together and work, but we need a commitment. And your commitment is just your investment of your time, and whatever we just say, you feel it is, let's take. Sahana.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Manjula. Yeah. Hi. Can you see me?
Sahana, please join back. Hello. Okay, Sahana is just back. Okay, sorry, some network connection, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, viewers, I'm not sure where are we just gone wrong. There is some network lag.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So the question I was reading, I'm not sure whether you heard about it. There's a question from Rajeshwari. If no one is there to look after a child, then is it good to restart the career in another field? If
Can you
yes,
comment? Yeah.
if no one is there at home to take care of the child, is it good to restart the career in another field? That's a question number one.
Okay.
Followed up is that, is it a freelance or a fresher, which has got a good time flexibility?
Freelance or a?
Fresher, starting as a fresher.
So I'm not clear about what the question is, in the sense when you are saying about the kid. So you mean we need to think about how old is the kid and how comfortable you are, like leaving the kid in daycare or taking care or having some other option. No, if not daycare, and how comfortable you are to spend at least half a day to work. So it is up to the decisions what you take. So I would suggest to have some, support and start your career. So that's the first thing. So freelancing or fresher, in the sense, if you are looking out for some new technology, and if you are fresher to any new technology, or you want to take up a new job in whatever you were doing and start freelancing in the same thing. So it's I think I'm not sure about it, what she wants to do. So
Okay, so probably I'll just pick it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely necessity, I would say, because that's what we keep telling our community member. Having a child is not a reason to say I'm going to be at home, unless you are really enjoying it. If there is a question coming in the break, what am I doing? I just studied, I worked, and why I have to just sit at home? If that question comes back and haunting you, we need to find the ways to handle both.
Yeah.
Right? As she actually said, find the play school where you can put for half a day, and half a day, that half a day when the child is not there, on it. Just to give you a classic example, there are women with us with 6-month child. They are working. They know the pattern of logging with the pattern of a sleep pattern and everything. They make the kids sleep and then start working. Right? So that's a commitment. That's what we again come back and tell you, that invest your time and show your commitment. The rest of the things will happen. The more you are committed, the more things will just happen over there. Right? So that's where it is all about. Okay. The second question, pressure or when we getting into that, your knowledge and the skill levels needs to be upgraded to do that. Connect with us to our support at secondinnings.com. We would be able to guide you better when you finish your entire registration, and our career advisor would be able to guide you what would be the next step. Right? Okay, so the next question is an apt question for you, Sahana, for you to just answer this.
Okay.
I took, okay, so the question comes from, who's that? Sudha. Sudha is just asking, I don't feel confident as my career gap is 7 years now. But I know I can learn and prove and give some time. How do I overcome my fear, and how do I make others believe in me? So before leaving it to Sahana, the one answer I would like to just give a heads up is, look at Sahana. So that's a one answer I would like to say. With 8 years of break, when she can come back and then she enjoys the career, of course you would be able to do that. In fact, you have 1 year lesser than Sahana. It should be even more faster. So go ahead, Sahana. Just it's your turn to just do that. Go ahead.
Sure, Sudha. I think Sudha, right?
Yeah,
So
Sudha.
yeah, so don't think of it like a 7 years gap and there is a huge technology change and all those thoughts. So the one thing is we have to look at a positive side of it, where my strengths are and how good I am at it. So always give a positive thought to yourself and keep motivating yourself and keep working on it day in and day out. And write down your thoughts in a positive way so that plan your day and keep pushing yourself and towards the goal wherever you want yourself to be. And believe in yourself. See, until and unless you believe in yourself, you can't make others to believe in you. So that's the first thing. I mean, that is the first thing ever. We should know our strengths and weaknesses, and apart from that, we should know how to motivate ourselves, what motivates me, and how to believe in myself. So start working on that, which will boost your confidence levels first. So to get all these things, I would advise you to read lot of motivational books and talks, especially like these webinars and so many motivating career women, which I did. Really, this is another thing I wanted to give as a tip. I kept reading lot of motivational stories online and on the book also, and I started attending free webinars wherever I could, and I started seeing that women and the confidence in them, and started interacting with them openly without any hesitation, which will open yourself to many people around, and you start learning from them, and which obviously builds lot of confidence in you. I know that having 7 years of break, you would have cut down yourself, having a network with other people. So first start doing that, and start talking about technology if you want to get into, or the field. So talk more about it, and be with people, and read books, and go through the internet and attend webinars like this, because there are a lot of women empowerment forums nowadays, where HSI is also HSI is doing great. So this should motivate you to start your journey. Yeah.
Awesome. So I don't know whether you just realized what you said. It was such a profound way to push the message across. Believe in yourself. If you believe, start things will just start thinking about that. So that's the first thing we all need to do. That if you can't do it, nobody can do it.
Yeah.
So that's one statement. You can do it, and support system are plenty to make that happen as well. So go for it. So question I think you have just covered, but then I will just read out the question. This is from Shen Baham. Tips to adapt returnship with corporate after career break, and also about work-life balance. So what are you doing now? You do have a little one at home.
Okay, so I would say plan because we know what we are getting into, and plan your day so much so that you are taking care of your little one, and you are taking care of your family, and have a set time for everything. So the planning for your day to start with is a big thing. So you have to plan where you are putting yourself into an official time, family time, and the little time, because you have to manage three of them. Then only I think you will be enjoying your day. That is the first cool fundamental thing. So obviously you need to come up with options, whatever works out for you, to come back into career, settle down your family, and whoever you are helping with you. So take all the possible help from them, and go ahead and start your career. Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you, Sahana. So this is all queries we have, and as you community members, as all of you know about it, connect with us, and we will share our list of assessment which is available in case if you wanted to see how good you are in any of the technology platform. Feel free to pick it up, and any of the training you would like to know, connect with us. Returnship, if you are ready, just do that. Stay and then take a best the use of the platform which has been created for women to come back to work, and people like Sahana have just made it. I'm sure you can also do it. That's all it's all about. It's all about spending your time with commitment and making it happen. It's a question of a time we are talking about. So thanks, Sahana. It was really, really a great session where we enjoyed with you. And I'm sure our community member also just get some insights about you rather than we going and talking. At least now they will see the live example. Okay, they've just done it and I can also do that. So that's a good thing you have just done.
Yeah, thanks, HSA and Manjula especially. So this was my one of the goals when I wanted to start my career, to motivate people around me. That was a goal, and still I have my goal running. So because I got inspiration from many women across when I was low on my confidence levels, so which I could do in further years to come. And thanks for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
Always amazing to just work with all of you. So you people have just made us to our dreams true.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're seeing the living example here. So thanks for that. And looking forward to talk to you again, Sahana. Take care. Thanks, members, and feel free to connect with us. Support at hersecondinnings.com is where you can reach us, and we are available with you. Stay tuned. Thanks, Sahana. Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Yeah, thank you. Bye.